Good morning. Hope everyone's having a great day. Mike Martin's here. Let's have a bit of morning coffee together. Let's chat. Let's just talk. Let's just talk and see what's going on, what's happening with what. So, send a special thank you to everybody, that have been supporting, liking, following the channel, being part of the channel, discussing topics coming on Mike in the Night. Mike in the Night's been a very big hit, actually. A lot bigger hit than I expected on Odyssey, which is really good. So we're just waiting for people to come on so we could engage. I'm at the toy store or the game store, whatever you want to call it. And I got the coffee ready to go. But unfortunately, people will it's tough for people to get notified anymore if I go live. My first channel's been basically blocked. And it's been blocked really bad. So, hope everybody's doing well. Oh, good. We got 2 people watching. That's good. That's a good start. That's a good fresh start. So, yeah, I want to thank everybody. Mike of the Night's been very busy, and I've been getting a lot of calls, lots of new people jumping on to Odyssey and stuff, which is really nice. So I'm gonna give you guys. Oh, we got Brian C in the house. Thank you for coming on. Woo! It is what the hell is today? Today's Thursday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Good Friday, right? Let me just double check here. Let me just I don't know, my calendar won't open, so I don't have a calendar. 13, I don't know if today's Thursday. Yeah, I think today's Thursday. But I don't have a functioning calendar on my computer. I don't know what's wrong with my computer. Yeah, it's Wednesday, April 13th. Oh, today's Wednesday. Okay, so tomorrow's Thursday. Sorry about that, guys. I can't even tell what day it is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's Wednesday. Thanks, Andy. Is that Andy? Andy? Sorry, it's really small there. Yeah, thank you. Sorry, it is Wednesday. It is hump day. Woo! Yeah, I thought it was Thursday all day. That's okay. I get those days all, I get those days always jumbled up. It's part of being human, right? Okay, guys, so I want to show you this to you guys. Guys, don't forget, if you want to join us on Mike in the Nights, we've cut back. I've cut back on 99% of swearing. I want to see if I could get the show rebroadcasted. Mike in the Night. There's a couple of emails I received where they no, I can't get to my arena. I'm not. Well, I don't know what's happening. My son doesn't play hockey. Hockey season's over. So there it is, right there, guys. I would like to get Mike in the Night rebroadcasted through other channels, which they've already agreed to. They want me to cut back on 90% of the swearing. It's just, and we have. Last 2 Mike in the Nights have been very PG. A couple of callers called in swearing, but I'm just going to let people know, hey, we'll get our point across. We need to start really focusing. The hate's done. We know what's going on. It's not a secret anymore. The people that believe in the secret, they could go to hell. There's nothing you could do. We've done what we had to do. We've have spoken. There's nothing more to say anymore, guys. There's nothing more to say. So there it is right here. So there it is. So Agenda 2030 deep dive on Odyssey. If you guys want to check it out, that was a really good show. Really good call-ins. The Agenda 2030. They updated their website a few weeks, 2 weeks before we did this show last week. So they updated their Agenda 2030 website. The Canadian Agenda 2030 got updated. All the websites got updated. So we did a deep dive into 2030, what they're updating, and that's a topic show. And then weather modifications, that's a topic show. So what I would like to do now is to do 3 topic shows a month, first, second, third week, last week of every Saturday. I'd like to do just regular call-ins. Just go to headlines and then start taking in call-ins once a month. So we could do just our normal call-in shows that we've been doing. And that's what I want to do. I want to do that. I want to do 3 topics a month, major topics. So this Saturday's, it's going to be really good. This Saturday's Mike of the Night, we're going to do Big Brother. We're going to do Big Brother, and we're going to do censorship, all that stuff, and we're going to talk about the lockdowns in China. Because the lockdowns right now in China, I'm getting word on it, on what's happening on the ground in China, from people sending me small clips, like 30-second, 20-second clips. What's going to happen is whatever happens in China when it comes to I guess, managing this sickness, guess what's going to happen? It's going to show up here a few months later. So we got to prepare for that. The weather, we're going into summer. Okay, we're like what, 10 weeks out of summer. So we got quite a bit going on here in the northern hemisphere that a lot of leaders are worried about. Well, they know they've mishandled. You saw what happened in France with the elections, right? So that's the problem we're facing right now. A lot of these leaders don't want to get voted out or lose power, even though I don't believe any of this is real. I know it's all staged, right? And just wanted to put that out there with you guys. Woo! Good, we got 10 people watching. All right, guys, let's throw some comments up on there. Let's go over. So there it is right there. Get over to Odyssey. There it is. The show's live. I want to start restreaming it on other platforms not other platforms, other syndications. Might want to. I've spoken to some people, and they like Mike and the Knights. They like the idea. Guys, the main channel still down. I got. Here it is. I'll show you guys right now, so I'm not making it up. So there it is right there. The video that got removed for terms and policies. It was bombarded by notice of assessments. What is a notice of assessment? So I basically got a pile of notice of assessments in like a matter. Got 7 notice assessments in a matter of 5 weeks. And the problem with it is I'm not allowed to make videos about that anymore. So apparently on YouTube, if you're getting taxed to death by your federal government, you're not allowed to do that on YouTube. You can't let people know that they're taxing you to death. You can't do that. You cannot do that. I don't know if it's because in Canada or if it's in on YouTube policy, or is the liberal government in Canada basically feeding instructions to YouTube, right? So that's what's happening. So that's how I lost. So the channel, the main channel got struck down, and here it is, because people won't believe me when I tell them, because they're gonna think I'm lying. Here it is right here. The video ineligible. There it is. Terms and policies. And it got removed for notice of assessments, bombarded by notice of assessments. Video got taken down. So we can't, I'm not sure if it's the federal government or telling YouTube that people cannot talk about their personal taxes online, because other parts of the world will say, wow, Canada's really going to hell in a handbasket. I don't know what they're trying to do. I don't know why it's such a problem. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at RT. What is RT talking about? Guys, jump in the comments if you want to chat. What is RT talking about? So I finally got Russia Today open. It's kind of tough to open Russia Today, but I got Russia Today open here. There it is. Russia Today, question more. Kiev explains decision to turn down German president. Most Brits want UK Prime Minister to go poll. That's Boris Johnson, right? And Meta unveils fees and metaverse sales. Ukraine urges Vatican to change its Good Friday plan. Durex maker announces decision on Russia business. So what else? Lawyers outraged over use of AI in courts. Yeah, I would be too. Finland and Sweden speak out on NATO membership plans. So there it is right there. And Pentagon warns of dramatic increase of space challenges. So we're going to be going into space wars. Not until we go into water wars still. We're going to go into water wars, weather modification wars. What else are they talking about here on Russia Today? White House comments on Biden bird poop claim. So bird poop, he was just standing there for too long. That's the problem. If you stand too long on one spot, especially if you look like a statue, an old statue, you'll get pooped on. And coast to coast Germany, costs to Germany and Russia, gas freeze estimated. So these countries like Germany, Poland want to sanction Russia and get all big and tough. But then when the coin flips and it starts to get cold in the winter, when they roll into winter again, they're going to paint Russia as the criminals for not producing heat for them, even though they're going to forget. Everyone's going to forget that these countries sanctioned Russia. They'll forget that. That will not be remembered. Like they're flipping the script. All right, what's Press TV saying? Leader to Saudis, you won't win. Yemen, find out why. We talked about Yemen. We've been covering the Yemenis war now, I don't know, for 6 years or 5 years on Mike in the Night. It's been an ongoing thing. We've been covering it for many years now. And we've been addressing how this Yemen war is a big... Hunter Biden's laptop and the Yemen war is a big piece on the game board. Afghans gather in Iran embassy to celebrate brotherly relations. U.S. to announce $750 million in new military aid for Ukraine. Israeli forces kill Palestinian man in West Bank as tensions rise. New injuries, arrests as Israel continues to brutalize Palestinians. So that's what's going on there. Return to normal. Iran hikes selling price for all crude grades at record. So it looks like the price of oil is dropping. And I've been out of oil for a while now, so I'm kind of happy. I got out, I bought back in on a little blip, and then sold back. Okay, CNN. Austrian Chancellor says he met with Putin to confront him. Well, what did he say? Karl Nehammer described Putin as being very tough and clear in his message during their face-to-face meeting in Moscow. So there it is right there. There's nothing really on it. CNN's garbage. But, there's the suspect named in New York City subway attack. Subway shooter details. So that's what's happened there. There's the latest updates on him, on what he's about or who he is right there. I don't know. CNN's reporting it. I don't know. I don't believe CNN. I don't believe CNN. Woo! So we're going into a housing crisis. Well, people are starting to take note that we have $4 million teardowns here in Canada. Like $4 million home, $5 million homes that you could buy in Louisiana, Florida, Georgia, East Texas for like 50 grand, 40 grand. They're pretty much complete. They're garbage. And they're selling for $4 or $5 million up on the coast. And now politicians are taking note. Well, let's take some note ourselves. When have we been discussing? How long have we been discussing? Guys, jump in the comments if you want to talk, man. Get in there. Let's talk. You want to talk? Let's talk. All right. So let's go to the channel here. Let's go to videos before they take this channel down. Yeah, this channel is very dangerous, guys. My original YouTube channel, if you go to it, and you go back. So here's the sad part. From here, that's my oldest videos. I got some bad news. Before I even sold that car, before I even bought that car, okay, I've already had about 1,600 videos up. I had more, maybe 16. Walking around, talking about housing, talking about affordability levels. They're all gone. Every video's gone. Every video is gone. All gone. I remember making videos like crazy. I'm making 2-3 videos a day. And they kept videos up like, is a game store worth owning? And Vancouver forecast. Look, all the videos gone. Everything that I made years ago, gone. But then you go into this, watch what happens. It starts to change. You go back to 6 years ago, the videos remain. A Vancouver housing crisis severely unaffordable. Housing bubble, when will it burst? Canada 2016. Right? So some of the videos started to stay. And then you keep going a little bit more. Then the videos start, look, Portuguese deportation from Canada, always wondered why we were hated 5 years ago. And then loan-to-value mortgages, 100% loan-to-value mortgages 5 years ago. So the reason why I'm showing this to you guys is because I had, I don't know, like 411 Australian housing videos that were taken down off of YouTube around this time. And I don't know why. Australia. I don't know. Like, I don't know why they took them down. I was reading articles. We were comparing the housing crisis across the Commonwealth. It wasn't a secret. This was no secret whatsoever. And nothing for a while. And then $1 million teardowns. I walked the streets of Vancouver. $1 million teardowns. Finally, empty streets. These are the videos that remain of my walkabouts that I used to make. I used to make a walkabout a week. Walking around looking at homes, and I would be called by Chinese investors. I would be called by Chinese investors and Chinese real estate agents threatening to sue me and to sue my face and to come after my family. Forming an opinion. So let's keep going. So, and then, like, all the videos are gone. Like, they're all gone. There's nothing. They're like, there's nothing here. I don't know where the videos went. I don't know why they deleted them. So let's keep going a little bit further down the line. And then we start getting back into more stuff. Vancouver housing crisis or illusion. 4% foreign buyers tax is working, right? Okay. And then now it goes, the channel kind of like resets. It goes back to normal from 5 years ago. Canadian banks foreign favor foreign home buyers. Vancouver is now in a housing bubble 5 years ago. Death by retail by 2020. Fear of missing out 2016. Oh, okay. Somebody just commented in there. I told you, we just have to start communicating. No, I just go on Odyssey and we speak on Odyssey and we have bank runoffs. Germany in deep trouble. What else we got here? Vancouver housing oversupply. This is when there was more houses for sale than people were buying. Foreign, you know why? Because the foreign buyer's tax was working. That's why. The foreign buyer's tax was working. That's why there was an oversupply on the housing market. Because the Canadians couldn't buy their own homes. Unaffordable cities, brain drain. Sydney versus Vancouver, crazy markets. And then the channel kind of goes back to normal. And then all the videos are here, like later videos. Housing bubble going crazy. People forced into homelessness. This is all 5. This is not Joe Rogan 3 hours ago. This is years ago. Vancouver housing crisis homeless solution. Bidding wars, rental bidding wars. So it keeps going into that. Food is more than my rent 5 years ago. Things are getting bad. China's destroying my city. Housing crisis. So videos seem to come back to normal. Trends in the housing market there 5 years ago. And a lot of the Mike and the Knights, I can't find them anywhere. Hold on. Maybe I have one here. Australia edition, trends in the housing market 5 years ago. Young families leaving big cities. Does this sound familiar, guys? Housing spiking in the lower mainland there 5 years ago. But this is not 5 years ago, guys. Because I haven't lived there in 7 years now that I moved out of there. So I don't know why. Property tax hike coming across Canada. Canada to take on 400,000 immigrants per year. That's 5 years ago. Toronto home prices invaded by investors, Chinese investors. This is all 5 years ago. Emergency alert. Housing crisis, Vancouver emergency. Massive food shortage. Prices up 830%. Food to skyrocket by 2021. I made that video 5 years ago because of what I was paying for food. And if it stays on board and they have... What the problem is... The problem they're having all this time was they were having a really tough time hiding inflation. So what they did was they started hiding inflation in the food, and the price of oil was at $25-30 a barrel at that time. So they kind of started creeping up the gas prices, even though oil was $20-30 a barrel, because we just recovered from an oil crash 6 years ago. Do you guys remember? 7 years ago, actually. Exodus, Vancouver. 15% drop in housing because the foreign buyer's tax is working. Interest rates to go lower. Massive disaster ahead. What else we got here? Australian mortgage prison, part 4. I can't find part 3, part 2, or part 1. It's a series I did. Housing out of control. Trends in the housing market 5 years. Supply and demand myth. Big changes, moving fast. Life is affecting you. Change is affecting you. First-time homebuyer loan disaster. Because remember, they started lending money to people that couldn't afford to eat to buy homes. Uh, Homes are the new ATM machines 5 years ago. Housing affordability in decline. Again, that's for locals. Auto insurance spiking. People taking on too much debt 5 years ago. Boom, double-digit loss, real estate correction. Markets on fire, affordability lost. And then it goes into more pain ahead. See, I haven't lived here in 7 years. I could vouch to that. And it's showing 5 years ago. I don't know why the date is not doing, like, is not in line. Get out of Vancouver by 2018 or else, warning people. Global prices fall, entering dangerous conditions. $7 to $11 billion laundered through Western Canada. That's when we started picking up on the money laundering because none of it made any sense because the Canadian proper can't even afford. They don't have two nickels to rub together. How the hell are they going to put down $400,000 or $500,000 for a down payment on a house that's worth $3-4 million, but you could buy the same house in Alabama for 30 grand? That's the problem we're facing in Canada. That's the problem no one understands. They keep lowering interest rates, so the Canadian proper or the Australian proper or the British proper or the people living in blue states could get into the markets to compete with money laundering. All right, let's keep going here. Government intervention in the housing crisis. That was a big mistake right there. Rest in peace, housing. Right there. Chinese investors buying up cheaper properties. Goodbye, middle class. That's why when the Chinese investors came in, they were going after that. They were going after middle class homes. We need intervention right now. Double-digit correction needed now. Kelowna, BC set to skyrocket 5 years ago, and it did. It did. It took off. $1,000 hydro bill, prices out of control. Youth abandoning big cities 5 years ago. Millennials taking on too much debt 5 years ago. Toronto real estate set to skyrocket. There it is, and that's when it took off. And what else we got? Canadians, housing going red hot. Canada wants more Chinese immigrants. And this is it. If you connect the dots, if you go through the channel and actually connect the dots on this channel, you will actually see how it all plays out. Housing crisis, food shortage coming because they were getting rid of farmland to build. Chinese people were buying up farmland and building homes on the farmland. So that's why we were getting that's one of the reasons why we're having food shortages today. Economies becoming dependent on the housing market. Bitcoin may hit $10,000 by 2018. China will own Canada by 2020. New Zealand selling off its country. This is all 5 years ago. China clamps down on banks moving currency overseas. Price boom in the GTA. Again, foreign investing. Get out of Sydney, Australia. 5 years ago. I'm leaving Vancouver. This is when I packed up and I left. That was my last day in Vancouver. Gutting gas stations for homes. Fake housing shortage in Toronto. So it keeps going. It keeps going. So I bought this house for $270,000 6 years ago, and now it's worth like $700,000. Foreign investing going strong. Chinese money has arrived. Toronto housing market on fire. Get out of Surrey, Burnaby, Vancouver now. Vancouver empty home pandemic. So it keeps going and going and going. And if you actually follow the channel, Death of the Big City, you'll start to see that years ago we were piecing this mayhem that we have happening together, and it was all on basically governments misleading people, lying, deregulating the banking system, printing money to up the wazoo. Vancouver disappearing middle class. Australian economy dependent on housing. Housing powder keg. Man, I've been warning people for years. Yeah, so there it is right there, guys. I did a lot of work, and I've been doing this for a good while now. I've been warning people for a long time now. And my channel keeps getting blocked. I don't know. Am I too close? Am I over the target? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? And it just keeps going on and on. Just thousands and thousands of videos I made here. just trying so hard to warn people or to get people to understand. Like, it's tough. It's tough to, when you poured a good chunk of your life into getting people to understand that the governments are taking us for a ride, right? So there's a little bit here I want to show you here. Launder your money here. Park your money in Canada. So basically, 2 gas stations in Vancouver. Building empty condos to leave empty. Toronto housing on life support needs more money laundering. Australia in serious trouble. What else we got here? Canada tax hikes 4 years ago. Danger to middle class. 200,000 a year income to buy a home in Toronto. That's how much money laundering damaged our middle class. Canadian brain drain is real. Mass exodus. What else we got? Condo prices. Fuel next. Australians taking on too much debt. More rent hikes ahead. Look at this one. Fake news and misinformation will destroy America by 2020. So, there it is right there. Look, Liberals settlements, $11.3 million. Liberals ripping off taxpayers. Let's hide inflation, another major lie. These are all years ago. Look, 4 years. This is probably longer than 4 years. Real estate underwater. Seattle and Portland seriously unaffordable. Mass exodus of middle class ahead. $16,000 combined income, and they have a So in Vancouver, people have like a $3,700,000 home, and their combined income for the house is $16,000 a year. That's just to cover the property tax. And there it is right there. What's going to happen to housing? Well, again, it goes back to Amerifornia, what we were talking about with the new president-elect in the United States. It's Amerifornia. Now, the blue states were invaded by tons of money laundering, and again, mismanagement of the blue states mismanaged funds like crazy. They were paying hydro workers, teachers, $170,000, $200,000 a year. So that mismanagement in the blue states has caused a ripple effect where taxes keep going up for middle-class families in the blue states. So those people need to leave, and that's the effect you're getting from Amerifornia. New York State, Massachusetts, Oregon, Washington State, and California are the major players in Amerifornia. They are pushing people. They're pushing people out of those states into the rest of Texas, Louisiana, Alabama, seeing a spike in housing. So what are we going to see in housing in 2023? More Amerifornia. More people are going to be getting pushed out of the big blue cities and moving into more affordability. But the blue cities, what they're doing is they're creating more layers of government, more government. So we're going to surpass, and I told you guys this, and I've been saying this for a long time. Right now, the public sector here in Canada, and I think in the blue states of America, is over 50%. And when I say public sector, I'm talking about, public, government facilities, government this, government planning, government all this, government is over 50%. Because you need to include the mainstream media, which is bought and paid for by governments, and you need to include the banking system, which is regulated and forced by governments, right? So there it is. That's what's happening. America's the last bastion. And once they figure out a way to disarm Americans, Canada's going to go dark first, because Canada's ready to pull the trigger to go dark and go door to door and start to basically pull people out of their homes. Canada wants to bring in 60 million Chinese people in the next 2 years. They don't want Canadians living here. They don't want the people that built the infrastructure in Canada anymore. That's what they want to do. They want to get rid of the people that built this country so they can bring it. But the people that they're going to bring in don't want to get their hands dirty. They want to work in banks, offices, work for the government, abide by the government, listen to the government radio when they go home. That's what they want people to do here in Canada. They don't want people, the truckers, the people fighting back, the people calling out the BS. You know what I'm saying? That's what Canada does not want any of that. Canada wants a nice China-like society, and that's why we've been bringing in 500,000 Chinese per year for the last 9 years now. Oh, I'm going to go to Stats Canada Immigration and show you, Mike, that there's no Chinese coming in. It's all other bullshit. Those are investors, and they don't count as immigrants because they come in and invest. They come in on investment deals, and that's the same thing Canada's doing with Taiwan, and the same thing Canada did with Hong Kong. I could show you the videos. I put them up. So there it is right there. We're getting taken over here in Canada. If America is going to get worried about somebody, if America wants to worry about Canada. You worry about Canada. You don't worry about, okay, the southern border needs to be closed, period. Done. I wish the southern border of America was as tough. I'm going to make an independent video talking about the southern border of America coming into America from Mexico or from Mexico. There's no other country. From Mexico and from Canada. When I go to America from Canada, I get strip searched. I get my car searched. Get treated like garbage. If they did that for people coming in from Mexico to America, you'd have no one crossing the southern border. You'd have nobody crossing the southern border if they treated it like the Americans in the north treated the Canadians, how they treat the Canadians. You'd have nobody. If they did the same thing in the south, you'd have nobody crossing the southern border. You don't have nothing to worry about. But that's just what it is. It's just what it is. It's like we don't have a place. Like middle-aged European Portuguese man living in Canada. My dad worked on the Sky Dome on contract. My dad worked and built the Air Canada Centre in Toronto. My dad worked his ass off. He didn't work on little housing projects. He actually worked in big infrastructure deals. Okay, he worked his ass off. Okay, he built the. Oh yeah, no, my dad worked in a grain thing. Or my dad worked in a lumber mill. No, that's not infrastructure. That's profit for money. That's nothing sticks around. That's just money in the pocket. Which company did he work for? I don't even know if the company's still in existence. He worked for Green Spoon Brothers. I don't even know if they're still. I think they closed down. I don't know. He worked for Green Spoon Brothers. I don't know where he's at right now. I don't know I don't know where they're at right now with the company, but I think they closed down in the late 90s. But I just wanted to kind of make that kind of clear with you guys so you guys understand what's happening, and it's not good. It's not good. It's not good. It's we're being destroyed in our own countries. I get a video taken down talking about my notice of assessments, saying it's misinformation. I showed it to you guys at the beginning of this video. Like, it doesn't make any sense. We can't question government in this country. We're not allowed to say anything anymore. We're not allowed to question. So like money laundering is allowed in Canada if you're a foreign investor. It's called the Vancouver model. You could look it up. Place your money in Canada, no questions asked. But if I try to buy a house with money, like when I bought my house, right? I had money saved up for a down payment, so I just paid my house in cash. It wasn't even a lot of money. So when I bought my house 6 years ago here, okay, 7 years ago, when I bought my house here in cash, I had to prove it wasn't money laundering. I had to sign all these papers. They did a background police check on me. They did all this shit for a Canadian to buy a house in Canada in cash. But if it's a foreign investor, bring it in. We don't care. And that's why we're in this problem we are today. So, what's going on here? Canadians who aren't taking the juice, losing jobs, foreigners who are easily getting PR. So there it is right there. Woo! Got 17 people watching. I'm enjoying my coffee here before I open my store. Gonna open my toy store here. So I took you guys down a little trip down memory lane of the YouTube channel. They've taken down a lot of videos, guys. I don't know how many hundreds of videos were taken down from my channel, but I know it's quite a bit. And it's really sad because if people could go 10, 20 years into the future and go back through my channel history and go back from the beginning, and they start connecting the dots and actually figuring out how how all the videos link together in a way, in a big picture, it actually shows that there wasn't no sickness that shut us down. It was government misspending, printing money up the wazoo, and money laundering. Gajinder, Gajinder, what are you talking about, dude? You can come and visit me anytime you want. Listen, I'm on Odyssey, dude. Go on Odyssey. We've been doing Mike in the Night every week. I tried calling the shop, but you didn't pick up. I was probably home because I'm only open from Tuesdays to Saturdays, right? So guys, go here if you want to hang out. Look, okay, we're just going down memory lane here of older videos I made. Look at this. I can't get over this one. Fake news and misinformation will destroy America by 2020. Wow. Hundreds, if not thousands of videos just going crazy. Canadians are borrowing against real estate at the fastest pace ever 4 years ago. And so many videos were taken down. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't. Ooh, Mike in the Night. 4 years ago. Mike in the Night, woman marries a train station. I'm not making this up. Watch that Mike in the Night. She marries a train station. So, there it is right there. And, yeah, here, I'll show you guys. Go here, guys. Please, go here. You want to see me if you miss me? Go here. There it is, right there. Go on Odyssey. Type in Mike Martins. I come up. Our last we're doing three topic videos. And then month's end, we're doing Collins. So there's our topic video there. Deep dive into Agenda 2030. We talked about this. It's very important that we talk about this because then we could actually freely speak on here. And the Collins are freely speaking, right? So we're cutting back on the swearing by 99%. So I've had a few people that want to syndicate the show, Mike in the Night, and actually broadcast it on other radio. And I said, okay. They're like, keep the swearing down keep it down 99%, and we could have a deal. So I got to go 2 or 3 shows without major swearing, and we're good. So there it is. That one's PG. You can watch that one. This one is PG. You know, some callers call in swearing. I can't, I got to let people know. I don't know how to explain, but I tell people at the beginning of the show. But there it is, weather warfare. There's been an update on the weather warfare, and there was an update on Agenda 2030 on their website 2 weeks ago. That's why we were on that right away, and we were on the weather modification because governments have been ramping up weather modifications big time and investing and employment and everything under weather warfare. So there it is right there. Episode 434 was the last Mike of the Night. And then we're going to do a surveillance state video. And I think that's going to be the last day of the month. In 17 days will be the last day of the month. And we'll do a call-in show on that Mike in the Night. This Mike in the Night is surveillance state, ramping up Big Brother. It's getting worse. We're going to revisit it because we haven't talked about Big Brother now on the channel since 2019. So we're going to do a recap because we had Supreme Cannon on that show. That was a really good Mike in the Night. Big Brother's watching you. Where Darwin, Australia was bringing in cameras in full force in 2019 and bringing in Chinese technology to basically spy on... Here, let's go across the channel. Watch this, guys. Look how shocking this is. This channel is like, it's crazy, dude. You guys, it's crazy. Let me go back to the beginning. So they deleted hundreds of videos from the beginning of my channel. All gone. All gone. So let's go here and let's look, search across the channel here and type in, if you type in, I think it's Darwin, Australia or Big Brother. Or, wow. I guess my computer froze. Yeah, my computer froze. Yeah, a computer can't handle anything anymore. They make these computers and they're getting worse and worse. See if I type in Darwin if it comes up. Right there, Mike of the Night. Darwin takeover with social credit score. There it is, 2 years ago. And social credit score is here. Let me see if I could find the video I made for you guys with Supreme Cannon. I think it's this one. Yeah, I think it's this one. Hold on. I don't know. I don't know why the computer just can't handle putting pages anymore. It's acting really weird. I think it's trying to force an update on me or something.
I'm looking for the bright
There
side
it
of
is,
this
right
thing
there.
and looking about how we could defeat it. Someone will figure out a way to interfere with it. Uh, and in the case of China, I mean, what are the crimes? What are the things that are lowering these people's social credit? You know, if it comes down to you have to watch every single thing you say, that's just going to encourage other means of communicating. I mean, in the Soviet Union, you had samizdat, right? You had untraceable typewriters. You had people that were mimeograph.
So there it is. That was the oldest Mike. That was the Darwin takeover with social credit score 5G, Mike in the Night. So that was from 2019. This is important because this is the Australians laying out the groundwork in Australia from this Chinese technology. So that video is still up on regular Mike in the Night. I think that was, I don't know what episode that was. That was in May 11, 2019. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, I'm what time is it? I gotta open the shop soon. I'm just here live with you guys hanging out. It's 10:39. I got a few minutes still. Oh, just hang out with you guys here. But that's that right there. I don't know. Are you guys experiencing like your computer is just not working right? All my computers, all of them are not working right for some reason. And I think they have a shut off switch. Um Oh, 2019 prediction show, Mike in the Night, guys. Remember this one? Mike in the Night 2019 year-end prediction. Remember this, guys? That was a good show. That was a good show. So we did it's predictions for 2020. That was a good Mike in the Night. I think that was a really good that was Gemini Crew
And
there.
not only that,
Let's get our callers here.
okay, guys, thanks for the super chats. I really
Okay.
Like I said, I don't know anybody smarter than Noam Chomsky. So if this guy's warning us about this stuff, then I'm gonna listen to him.
Yeah, he's kind of stagnated a bit. Calculate all my bills.
Okay, you see, at least here's the thing about the NDP, which I
So it goes into that. Politics
No
there.
dice. He could hear me, but we cannot.
Okay. Oh, look. Under Trudeau government, Canadians say it's getting tougher to afford food. Guys, this was in 2019. So you see why the world was protesting in 2019? Do you see why? And then they had to do what they had to do to shut it down in 2020. Lux report says I missed Mike in the Night. Go to Odyssey. It's on there, and then I update. You know what I do too, guys? I've been updating my replays on Rumble. If you don't want to go on Odyssey, if the lag is bothering you, go to Rumble. Go to Rumble. Watch this. I'm on Rumble. I don't get seen on Rumble though, because Rumble wants to kind of promote the big boys. Wants to I don't know. My computer's just frozen. I don't know why it's freezing up. It's got no business freezing up because I ain't running anything on this computer. I can't even open a page. Like, that's how bad. Is your internet like screwing up big time on your computer? Is it just like you're getting these weird interruptions, or is it just me? It just frozen. It just froze right here on the Rumble, opening the Rumble page right there. It won't open it. It's just sitting there. It won't allow me to select. It's just frozen there. I want to show you guys. We do put up. I don't know. It just froze. We do put up. Mike, I can't even open the. Oh, this page opened back up. Yeah, there it is. Mike of the Night Weather Warfare 434 and 433 Agenda 2030. But then this one, let's see. Oh, there it is. My content. There it is. You go on my channel. It looks like this. I'll show you guys what it looks like on Rumble. Go here, and it looks like that. And then you go here, and then there it is. Weather Warfare, and then you go here. It's on Rumble. It's all on Rumble, and then there should be another Mike in the Night back here. This should be everyone here for the last 6 months. So Weather Warfare and Agenda 2030. Where the hell's 2030? Well, it's in here somewhere. It's in here, but all the Mike of the Nights are here. So if you guys want to, 432 modern day democide, deep dive into Agenda 2030 right there. And that was 26. So I don't get many views on Rumble, but there it is right there. So I am on Rumble, guys. So replays do go of Mike of the Night up on Rumble. If you guys don't want to watch it on Odyssey, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But that's that, guys. Gonna open my shop here in a few minutes, and kind of want to touch base with you guys and see what you guys are up to. Again, I'm blocked on the main channel. I'm blocked everywhere. Like, I look here. I got blocked on my main YouTube channel for putting up a video against their terms and policies on March 15th for bombarded by notice of assessments. And basically, what is a notice of assessment? And it's an annual statement sent by the Canadian Revenue Agency. So I don't know why it was a problem for me to say that I got seven notice of assessments in 5 weeks. It makes no sense why they would care. YouTube would care about making a video about that. That's what I'm not understanding, and why are the governments involved with what YouTube, like, I understand at a level, at a world level, to disenfranchise the people, yes, but for little things like this, like, oh, you can't talk about your notice of assessments anymore, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that, you can't, like, in specifics. I'm not even talking about, like, on a grand scale. Anyways, yeah, so that's it, guys. I wanted to talk with you guys for a bit, do a little catch up, what's going down and how it's going down. I'll see you guys this Saturday on Mike in the Night. We're going to do Big Brother, and we're going to be talking about, again, the whole social credit score thing, digital ID, like we've been talking about for years now, but we're going to do a deep dive into it. It's been a while on Mike in the Night this Saturday on Odyssey. I promise, guys, I cut back on the swearing 99%, because there's some radio or some places that have messaged me and said they want to, like, rebroadcast or re-syndicate Mike in the Night, and I would like to do that. So Lux Report says, I'm still in Asia. I didn't quarantine again. Okay. Call into the show. Tell us what's going on. We're going to do a call-in show month's end. Every last week of every month, we're going to do a Mike of the Night call-ins. I go into headline news, and we do call-ins, and people call in from wherever they are. When we don't do our topic shows. So this way it creates a balance, and it creates a little bit of wiggle room for kind of covering it all if we can in a month, you know? Anyways, guys, I'm going to be opening in about 11 minutes. I'm going to get things ready here. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to come out and sit with me for a bit and talk about the situation we are in now and where it's headed. And you know, together we talk this stuff through. We together, you know, come together and like-minded and understand what's really going on and what the real big picture is about, right? We're very limited on what we could say here, but we will continue, you know, with broadcasting Mike in the Night every Saturday. And then when the weather turns, and it gets when winter returns, after the fall, we're going to go ahead and start doing Mike in the Nights on Wednesdays again. And we'll do our Wednesday show again in the winter. People calling me and asking me why I'm not doing a Wednesday show. It's because I have family. I got 3 kids. I got 3 children. I got 3 babies, you know, that I'm raising. And it's tough. But when winter hits and the nights are longer and it gets dark at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, most of the kids are winded down and just want to go to bed and, you know, the whole 9 yards. So it's easier in the winter. And plus, I'm not going out in the winter to do stuff when it gets cold at 5 or when it gets dark at 5 p.m., right? Anyways, guys, Mike Martin's here. Thanks for joining me, being part of the channel, liking and subscribing. Get over to the Odyssey. Get over to the other channels. Replays on Rumble if you guys want to follow me there. And we could go forward to just discussing this into the future. Thank you. God bless. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.